nylon, also known as nylon. It's often used in yarn, and most times it's used in the mixtures of yarn. They're mixed with most of the time they're mixed with the natural, the cotton or the other types of natural yarns, bamboo in some cases. But they're also, and I'll show you in a little bit, when they're mixed with polyester. So they're often used in sock yarn and they're machine washable. They're practical and will not shrink and maintain shape. Most of the polyamide yarn I find are mixed with something. They do have 100% polyamide yarn. So I have some examples of some polyamide yarns. I'm just going to call it nylon. That's the name that we're more familiar with. But this is something that I've been working on. That's the yarn, and it's most of the time what I do with this yarn is I make cows. That's what I've been doing, and sometimes I've done the lap lap blankets, you may call it. And this is one right here, and it's really, really soft, and it's cool for the weather because they're lightweight. And that's one thing. Another thing about the polyamide is that it's elastic and stretchy. So this is what I'm making with it, and really, really lightweight. Then I have, this is another color of it, and what it is bamboo polyamide nylon. Then I have this one, and and I often associate polyamide yarn with novelty yarn. When I see that, I automatically think of novelty yarn. It's a different type of yarn than the normal yarn. So this is one also, and this is one. Most of the yarns I get that have that in it have been Premier. Premier have had those kind of yarns, and these are like ladder yarns, LADDER. And here's another one. Let me open it up so you can see it better. Most times to me, I consider it fancy yarn, but this is it. See, had little steps, like ladder steps, and so they're good for fancy. To me, it's good for nice cows and things that you want to have that pop to. And that's it. And here's one example of one that's bulky. This is a number 6 yarn, which means it's a real thick and needs a big hook. And this one is acrylic, metallic, and polyamide. And this is one of the Isaac Marahi craft yarns that is sold by Premier Yarns. And this is a yarn that we have for sale. So if you're interested in that, just check it. Just let us know. They're not in the store or the shop at the moment, or on the website at the moment, but they will be soon. So this is becoming packs of 3s. Here's another example. And there's a couple other colors too. So that will be shown soon. So we are on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Some Fridays we haven't come on, but we're mainly on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The time sometimes changes. It's normally at 1, but lately we've been doing 3 o'clock. We've been doing, and I may do some at night, and I may do some at night, so I can figure that also going out. But on Mondays, it's all about on Monday yarn. And also we talk about Fridays at the moment. It's a stitch or a project. So come on and join us for that. Right now we're on Haps TV, which is broadcast to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So we're on those sites, and we're also on Instagram too, which is a separate thing. But if you want to, instead of going to one of those platforms, you can just go on and download the Haps app and subscribe to us, and you'll be notified when we're on the air. So, um, Hope for You is a business that we just are interested in people going in the art of crochet. We believe that crochet, a lot of people, but now a lot of people are crocheting and doing that. So it's right now it is a good thing for people to do right now. People, especially because of the pandemic, when people want more things to do, they have gone into different crafts and done that. But we really just want to push it for the young people because we are very into young people learning this craft. And there are some out there doing it, but we still want to keep that movement going. That young people need to learn, not need to, but it's good to have a hobby or something they can do, and also something that maybe they can make money with at one time or another. So we are really into motivating people to learn how to crochet, not knocking any other crafts, but crochet. For crochet, we do. We do that, and we teach classes. So we are we teach young people, we teach women, teach children, and if men are interested, we teach men how to crochet, and we do mainly the basic stitches, and we also do some do the basic stitches and some intermediates. Don't do a lot of advanced stitches. So we're doing that so we get people their feet wet doing crocheting. So we want them to just learn the basics so they can get started. And so that's one part of, and that's our main part of Hooked for You. The other part is we donate to charity. We have a charity group where we get together twice a month, well, every other week, every other Saturday, and we meet and we talk crochet and we work on different projects and we help each other out with different things. And it's more like a networking type thing of, women group that gets together. And we do that. And also we do things to donate also. The other thing is we make unique items. Hooked for You makes, mainly we do blankets, we do hats, we do some sweaters and other things too, but mainly we do the hats and the cows and scarves, things like that. That's the main thing that we do, but we do other things. And we do some customized items. Not a lot, but we do some. We have an inventory and we on our website. So our website is www.hookedforyou.com. HOOKED, the number 4, the letter U.com. And right now we talk about what, why crochet. We've been doing it for the past few months. It's why crochet. Why do you crochet? There are various reasons for people to crochet. Some reasons are social, some are physical, some are mental. So why do you crochet? For me, it has always been a mixture of the different ways. I've learned how to crochet when I was a child. I um, I learned how to do doilies. I don't do them anymore, but I started out with doilies and a little real little hooks that were real small. And I did doilies. Hey, Carol. Then I transitioned to hats. So I was doing those, and then I just started reading patterns and doing other things, making sweaters and such. So that's what I've done. And then, I crocheted through school. Then I got to the point where I started having kids and marriage and all that and working. I kind of pushed it to the side. So then just things started happening, health issues and all that kind of transitioned me back to crocheting. And where it helped me, the stress of the job and all that, it pretty much helped me keep my mind focused. Then got to a point where we had groups at work where we crocheted together. My favorite item to make, it has to be, I guess, I guess blankets, I guess, because that's really what I do a lot of, and just experimenting and doing different types of blankets and things. That's right now. That's one of my favorite thing to make. What is your favorite thing to make, Carol? Hats is another thing. Hmm, yeah, I think that's those are things that I do like to make. Because the reason that blankets are because I started out at work, and what really started the business was making baby blankets for baby showers. Instead of making gifts, I made buying gifts. I made gifts and gave it to the baby. I mean to the baby shower. That was my gift, and the idea of babies liking it and still wanting that blanket because I have pictures of babies with the blankets, and some of them are older and they still hanging on to the blanket, and that's one reason why that is one of my favorites. My favorite thing to make because of the feeling it is to make these blankets for these babies. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Carol, for that question. What is your favorite? 'Cause I know you make different things, and that's what I enjoy doing because crocheting is not just a business for me. It's really a lifestyle for me because like I said, I've been doing it for so long, off and on. It's pretty much like a lifestyle. And I never really thought of doing it as a business until someone on my job pretty much encouraged me to do it because I was doing any kind of business because I always wanted to do a business and I was doing all kinds of businesses on the job. I mean, not only just on the job, but I was just doing other businesses, and someone encouraged me to just why don't you just make it a business because that's something you can do and you enjoy doing it. So that's how Hooked for You was born. But Hooked, a bit crochet has like I said, helped me mentally, physically, and it has helped me socially. It's helped me because we have that group, Willing Hands, and we get together and and just socializing, and that's a good social thing because crocheting is good socially too. When you socialize together and crochet, and it's a good experience. So we welcome anybody to join us. There's no prerequisites, so anything just come on and go. We have somebody who's just really starting out learning how to crochet, and she's teaching her, and in turn, she's teaching her granddaughter. So she's encouraging her granddaughter to get started too, and that's what we're all about: is teaching others to do it. I I think I've taught someone on my job. I had a coworker who wanted to learn, and I taught her on the job. She wanted to make a hat, so we went through the whole process of making a hat. So then, after she was finished, she was good to go. And like I say, classes are pretty much hats, and if you try to, hats is one easy thing to make. Um, and blankets are easy to make too, but hats are easy to make, and it's something that most people will use. So we do that as a beginner for our classes. But if you want to make something else, we can customize the class for you. Okay. Um, trying to figure out what else do I crochet. But yeah, it is something because when you crochet, it's like in a meditation, just like people do yoga and meditation. It's like that, especially if you're doing a repetitiveness, which is something that's not doesn't take a lot of steps to it. For instance, a blanket, you just it's going back and forth. A scarf, those are things that are repetitive, and by being repetitive, it just get your mind in a whole different zone. Now I crochet mostly anywhere. I don't do it at church. I've never done it at church, even though I've taken it to church, but I've never done it there. But I can be I used to go to basketball games a lot, and I take it there. My grandkids, I used to go to grandkids football games and such, and basketball games. I would take it there. Anyway, it's almost time it's in my bag, so you never know when you'll get the opportunity to crochet, especially when you're waiting. If you're waiting in DMV and you need something to do, that's something good to take, like a project in your bag. So that's it for today. I wanted to come on and talk about yarn. So I talked about the nylon today. If you have any questions, any questions or any suggestions, because we're open. Because our objective is to educate. Not just to do the crocheting, but it's to know why or what yarns to use. Why should you use this, or why should you use this hook? So that's our objective, is to teach you not just the stitch, but teach you what you do, how you do the stitch, but also what it takes to make that stitch, what kind of yarn it may take, and what kind of hook, and what's the differences between in them. Because there are so many stitches and there's so many ways of doing certain things. So we just give you all those kind of options. So until Wednesday, when we'll be doing a stitch, an actual stitch. Have a blessed day. Have a creative day. And be safe. Bye.